prior video of activating Marshall's exclusive weapon, there was a comment from a viewer up on the channel that read, could you update this video or perhaps in your next one provide more details on whether Marshall's first skill, the top left, is worth upgrading to max with the exclusive weapon unlocked? Let's go take a look at that again. Tap Marshall, skills. So the upper left here is the command focus fire. That's what you get by activating the exclusive weapon. And that is going to attack whichever enemy unit is positioned across from Marshall. No matter where you put Marshall in the lineup, whoever is across from him, that's who this auto attack is going to prioritize. And it's going to deal physical damage. You can see the percent here of attack that will be. So as you increase his attack level, then he'll deal more damage, and it will apply 1 stack of weak point detection to the target. Weak point protection, up to 5 stacks, depending on how many tank heroes you have. It's going to increase the chance of crit hit by 1% to 5%, and critical damage of the crit hit from 2% all the way up to 10%, depending on the number of stacks. So this is definitely a good skill, but it really comes into play when you have a battle type that you can select the position of Marshall. So for example, the 3x3 Brawl or Storm Arena, you have the time to be able to choose which squad is going to attack or defend, and you can even go in and based on the order of heroes of your opponent's squad, you can move Marshall around to make sure that he's going to go after the opponent that you want him to do the most damage to perhaps help you win. In other player versus player PvP battles on the battlefield, for example, when you're in a war, such as a capital war, Warzone duel, Spice war, so on, you don't have the luxury of being able to move Marshall around before you actually attack. So this skill becomes more just at luck of whomever is across from Marshall at that point in time. Now it definitely is going to add to his ability to do damage, and weak point detection certainly will help out if you have got the right hero targeted on your opponent's side, but you don't have the ability to really control that. Before we dig any deeper, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video. Skycastle can save you up to 35% on in-game purchases. And best of all, new customers, you're going to get $10 off your first purchase on them. They've often got deals that you can save a little more, and it's super easy. You just have to go to the Discord link that's in the description of this video. You click on Create Ticket, and their staff is going to help you. They will answer any question you have about the process, and they will be more than happy to help pick up the pack that you're interested in, not only in Last War, but any of your favorite mobile games. So go ahead, go check them out, read about the feedback, read about how they work, and then make a decision. See if they're right for you and see if they can help you save a little bit. Looking at the other skill that you get at level 10, Command Full Assault, the upper right, that is going to increase all of your heroes' attack. And you can see the percent here, and that will go up as you level this skill. It also provides a crit hit rate by 10% at this point, and it will do that for 8 seconds. So this is a tactics buff. After the first use, the hero with the highest attack will prioritize Marshall's auto attacks. So that one's interesting because this skill over here, Command Focus Fire, is an auto attack skill that is supposed to attack whoever is symmetrically across from this hero. This skill here, after its first use, then your hero with the highest attack will prioritize Marshall's target for auto attacks. I'm not really sure what that's going to do in practicality. Does it override the other skill or not? In this battle, we should be able to see how Marshall's Command Focus Fire targets the opponent symmetrically across, and then when that opponent dies, what happens next. Let's give that a watch. So Tesla is symmetrically across from Marshall, so that is who the auto attack will target. We see that border box around Tesla, that's the indicator of Command Focus Fire. So as Tesla dies, we will hopefully see that get positioned on another opponent. There you go. So it's right in the center front is who Marshall's now attacking, and that opponent should have been prioritized by my hero with the highest attack. And then we saw just at the end there, the target changed to the back right. So that is how Command Focus Fire would work in a battle as you progress through killing the initial target. this skill, Full Assault, because it increases the attack of all of your heroes, that is going to be the best benefit, because the first skill in the upper left, that one's really just improving Marshall's damage and attack rating in terms of how much effectiveness he'll have against your opponent. But this skill is going to increase the effectiveness of all your heroes, whether they're tank, aircraft, or missile, because a lot of the heroes have skills that are based on whatever their attack value is, and this is going to increase it, thus increasing the amount of potential damage, and of course giving the extra crit hit. So now if we take a look at the skill in the lower left, Rapid Start, it's a passive skill, and this is without the exclusive weapon applied yet, because we won't get this skill replaced until level 30, but as it stands right now, in battle, it's going to boost the skill cooldown speed by, at this point, 28.2%, and that will increase as you level it, and it reduces all damage taken by the hero with the highest attack. So this one's definitely a good one to have, because it's going to help give a defensive buff to your highest attack hero, which is probably going to be Cam if it's an all-tank squad, maybe Stepman, and that's going to allow that attacking hero to live longer and hopefully do more damage. We tap on the exclusive weapon in preview and go to skills. Let's look at what will be replaced there when we get to level 30. So we will end up getting Command Ultimate Reset. So after Marshall successfully casts 3 tactics, 2 seconds later, the cooldown of tactics of the hero with the highest attack is reset, and that hero's attack and crit hit increased by 10% for 3 seconds. So right now, we know that the skill over here is only increasing the cooldown speed for Marshall, but it's also reducing all damage taken. So the new skill is not going to reduce all damage taken by the hero now, but it's going to apply those other stats. So this is definitely going to be a little interesting to see, kind of torn on which skill's actually better. That boost in crit hit is going to be nice. The ability for your other hero to initialize a skill more quickly is going to be nice as well, but we're losing that damage reduction, so it seems. So we'll have to see if that applies across, because you do see, of course, down here in the star level, right, it's what's giving us additional cooldown speed and damage reduction. And I would say, generally speaking, the upper right and the lower left are the skills that you want to increase before doing the upper left. And I would focus on the upper right skill before, most of the time, before the lower left, and unless the lower left happens to increase the critical hit rate for that particular hero, and then I will focus on that one. Smash the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment. I hope this helped out in answering that question